hello. Alright, we are recording this for the hidden story. EG6, Lingering Mercy. The feature of sailing upon a gentler land belongs to all of you. 33. Whatever that means. Okay, so what is this? This is an eternal journey, one that promises to never end. The myriad souls have long since fallen to silence, their forms nearly worn away by the ravages of time. Only their king still moves forward, for the sake of them all. Theresa has no intention of stopping. She had traveled to the depths of Sibyllite Eterna several times in the past. But this time, her wanderings are slightly different. She no longer stops to draw from the vast sea of knowledge within. She is merely here to sleep. Use her own eyes for one last time. See the peoples and affairs of the lands. See what happens, or perhaps what has not yet happened. What's this gonna be about? Hello, Fremont! Excuse me? So in the end, she managed to make this far. She meant to make it this far. Now what should I praise Her Highness for? Her stubbornness? Or her incredible talents? Forget it. No matter if I scold her or praise her, the myriad souls won't be able to hear it. Let us put the situation in Victoria aside for the moment. Theresis and Nezzsalem will sort out that mess. Next, we have the military commission spies all stuffed into Wasserland spires. They are itching to pit the goats and cats against one another as soon as they can, all so that they avert the rise from Castle. Keep your threads tidy, damn you. Remember, we too will be scurrying out of here forthwith. That boastful sheep isn't likely to tolerate us lurking about underneath her nose any longer. I already grumbled to the Keramalin about how the pair of siblings is far too radical. They'll have all sorts of trouble breathing down our necks soon, mark my words. You'd best make haste on your work in Casdel, Ermengarde. Theresis' plan does not completely succeed. The armies of Victoria, no. Lythanian and the other nations of the core, will immediately march on Casdel. We must inherit the legacy of Babel and protect that city. We must not let what happened 200 years ago repeat itself once more. Wait. Did that thread just move? Was that you, Ermengarde? I see. Hope. I truly dislike having to hear that word, but it does seem like a path forward has opened for us. Isn't that right, Your Highness? Theresa sees the tiniest of smiles break through the elderly lich's solemn visage. She loosens the transparent thread running through the depths of the void, giving her old friend a nod as he pauses complaints for a moment, before setting out for even more distant lands. Parting gift. Oh, hello. Okay, so it is Argus, not Agnes. And here we have Eikther Long or something like that. Basically N2 boss. That shadow has changed. Hold up. Yo. My towel. This I see. Eikther yet another ill omen of yours? Not completely. For seeking me out to inform me of what you have foreseen, you have my thanks. But my mind is unchanged. The taint that the demons bring with them is spreading. And if all we do is move south over and over again, Sami is doomed to be drowned in that filth. Even if everything I see pertaining to your future engine ends in tragedy. I always knew it will. As early as the time I became a snow priest. No. Ever since I was born on this ice field. Ever since I became a Sami warrior, I knew what my end would be. I do not fear death. I also do not fear the demons stealing my body, turning me into an enemy that sows corruption with every step. There will be young warriors following my footsteps, heading for the furthest reaches of the north. If, by some misfortune, we were to meet, they will use their bows and staves to cleanse my body of its stains. The will to protect Sami will not so easily die out. It's thanks to this that I do not consider this outcome a tragedy. If that is the case then, good fortune to you, Expeditioner Joklumakar. Please, take this. A foldartal, parting gift. I have heard that most of the Cyclops clans have decided to leave Sami, but you have chosen to stay behind. Where did they go? There was a prophecy about the survival of this land. I must make it manifest. Sami will thank you for many years of toil, Sarkas. You have shared your foresight with me, so I, in turn, will grant you a sound I have heard. A horn resounds across the ice field. It is a signal from the expedition, and also a way to greet others across great distances. Perhaps the Cyclops will not return to Kasdal, for this frozen land is already her home. Theresa's gaze overlaps with Argus. She looks at the wondrous pattern inscribed upon the wood given to her by the snow priest. Excellent. Is that a thing? Not really. Not really. Flora and fauna flourish and fall. Last ye ever long. Oh, hello, Nasty. Found it. These readings. It's definitely near. Cursed. Watch your step. My calculations can't be wrong. We're standing on the greatest archaeological discovery in Colombia. No, in all the nations. So how should we go about digging a hole as fast as possible? I could send myself down there alongside some energy cables. Mariam won't be happy. He would definitely prefer we explore and excavate with more care. But who asked him to go north and never return? The engineering section's in charge of this. My crew already began work before I notified you. Very good. Would you mind if I'm the first one down? Guard. Oh, you rarely ever use incantations during your work. I have to make sure that people around me don't go fainting at the sight of some sarcastic parlor tricks. I should probably give you the whole safety procedure spiel, Control, but I doubt you're in any mind to listen. The military and the mainlanders will be here soon. Whatever you're hoping to find, you need to make it quick. I will. Before my eyes are blinded by the shroud of death, I must see all that I wish to see. Hello? Observer? Mr. Freeston? Theresa sees. Time moves forward once more by a stitch. She can feel this place reject her. Theresa, right? Yep. She thinks back many years ago, the first time she drew near to the heart of the Rhodes Island landship alongside Calci. This place is similar. A place she has never set foot upon. A divide residence. That cute little being has just left, but then in comes another intruder. Oh, perhaps not. Within those ripples of data tagging along behind you, I sense something familiar to me. Perhaps you are like me, someone left behind in the past. Spirit with no choice but to struggle through an age not of your own. What has kept you longing? What has kept you going on your long sojourn? Perhaps a feeble, dim hope like mine? Or perhaps the cherished memories of kin you cannot see any longer? You're going through the greatest hits, huh? Ha! Iberia Aegir. / Seaborn. Take care around my lands, Calcit. May tear your paper skin. No matter. There is nothing below the surface of the sea worthy of your attention at this point in time. What is it that you have fixed your gaze upon? A few memories, that's all. I once believed that Aegir was far removed from the land, that the problems it faced were of a different kind to ours. Perhaps I might not have been completely correct. I'm surprised to see you question yourself. I merely do not wish to arrive late a second time. The ocean's troubles are not so independent of the lands, then the threats that we face may intersect with one another. This would be a situation worse than our prior worst-case scenarios. Luckily, we have the opportunity to seize the initiative before the crisis detonates. I hope that you can keep that level of confidence when you accompany me on my return to Aegir. The ones that trust are the hunters, Gladia. Most amusing pretense. The abyssal hunters had emerged from the seafloor onto dry land, and now they prepare to return. I have seen you all change along your journey. Change. Not quite what I expected. You will find yourselves back at your starting point. No matter if it's you, Skadi, or Spectre, or your colleague who chose to walk along his own path of life. Ulpianos. Best make yourselves ready. When the time comes, you will find yourselves with different perspectives on Aegir, on the sea and the land, and on the calamities that we must face together. That is far more valuable than any physical bridge between our peoples. Motes of light float above the water's surface, casting clear shadows beneath them. Just like the bridge that Calcit spoke of. Theresa steps atop this bridge, spanning the void. Time speeds up, waves matching its speed. She finds it difficult to control how her consciousness advances. Calcit. Theresa tries her best to turn her head back, to look upon her friend and her friend's friends, new and old, standing behind them, until they merge together with the motes of light. Ooh, Tatarano, the summit. The motes expand. The former king of Sarkas finds herself standing in the middle of a church, bathing in the purest light, a holy one. She stands face to face with the Sancta Pope, his bright halo ringing his head. The young messenger met by chance by the riverside, the gentle old man in front of the church windows. He remembers him. Time has not changed her judgment. Evangelist. It has been quite a while since any new names have emerged. Is that a good thing? We've had many new saints within a few short years. With some of their number, I found myself hard-pressed to agree on their appointment. I still do not know what roles these saints will play in the future. Since there have been no further saints chosen, Your Holiness, does this mean that the crisis might have already passed? You're very optimistic. I hope that our Laterano can stay as optimistic as you for a very long time. However, has never fallen silent in the past. Your Holiness, for a moment, I wasn't able to feel. No, how could this be? The light dies out. First, a lantern, then an entire city block. From the Tower of Revelations to the Notarial Hall in Pagos Micheleon, then on to the Sunset Chapel in Pagos Saint Marcel, then the Chapel Square. Even the Sancta, I mean, they are sarcasms. It all plunges into darkness. It is swift. It is chaotic. It cannot be held back. The ice field, the ocean, the land. All the signs foretell the suffering that people of tomorrow will face. It's like the suffering she has seen many a time within Civilite Eterna. Past, she emerges from the darkness. Soft golden sands shift beneath her feet. Ruins, crystal clusters, sand dunes. Everything before her eyes looks strange and unfamiliar. Raising her head above the sandy squall, she hears, sees, feels the presence of that lonely girl. The one walking right towards her, her figure wrapped in a cloak. The girl raises a hood. Virginum blooms under the girl's feet like marks in the snow. Theresa sees her rhomboid pupils. You are... Hands sweep across her view, covering her eyes. This is not the end, but this is the furthest that Theresa can go. The darkness presses in on her, barring her way forward, covers her eyes, smothers her thoughts. Only her passionate emotions remain, still echoing through the eternal darkness. She once held countless questions as she walked upon her journey, but once she reached her end, all that she desired was a simple answer. Oh, there's Theresa CG. These features, and perhaps once even further away, are the people I love still there? Theresa urgently searches, turning towards the only light within the darkness. She has found the answer. It's that freaking piano again. Ooh, quite short. Alright. I guess that's officially it, huh? Our home.
Even when Amiya is asleep, her ears still twitch.
I should read these.
Amiya, I'm so sorry for making a decision like this myself. But I truly believe we can change that future you so despise. I often wonder, with whom will you walk shoulder to shoulder? And what kind of future will you choose? Babel will be your warm hearth. It's a little kindling taken from the furnace, and it will surely bring comfort to many in the future. Amiya, I will stay with you for whatever time I have left. I will watch you grow, and will also be with you as we look out across this land. Amiya, I seem to be a bit tired. Would you mind if I borrowed your bed? Good night, Amiya. Recently, there's been an influx of patients.
If they can do this to the main story chapters too, we will be Gucci.
At times like these, I find myself wishing that Rhodes Island was just a little bigger. But Closure has already been up all night working on the renovation project, and I can't be too harsh on her. Oh, among these new arrivals, there are a lot of very young children. This land may not always be kind to us, but the one constant is that children will always be our hope. We don't have a tremendous number of doctors who know how to take care of children.
Huh.
As cute as they may be, they're not always the best behaved, and that can be headache-inducing. Even Ascalon doesn't take her own health as seriously these days. Huh? Ascalon? Why are you here? No, I didn't call for you.
Neat. Okay, so these are just nifty things so far.
It's snowing.
Unless the hard stages will prove something else.
Difficult this winter. The nearby villages have not had good harvests, which makes one worry about the situation in Kazdel City. Achoo! But still, when I see everyone playing in the snow on the deck, I can't help but fall in love with this frosty little phenomenon. After one afternoon, the deck was filled with snowmen. Unfortunately, the engine furnace came back on, and all the snow quickly melted. I've heard that the northern part of Sammy is an ice field,
I just realized it's
thawed
plain
in
lava.
tens of thousands of years. I wonder where the Cyclopes are now. Amiya? Isn't it time for you to go to bed? Oh, you're hungry? It just so happens that I'm a bit peckish myself. So let's sneak into the canteen and see if there are any grilled veggie pancakes.
Just check something? 1091, okay. 1092, 1093. So if it goes with that, I guess these could be older. Could be. Alright, folks. I guess that's it. I mean, there is a hidden front. I did complete it already, but yeah. See you for the next story nodes, I guess.